Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are watching me from. I go by the name of Muna, and today we have some exciting stuff coming up because the markets are entirely red. The crypto markets have been dumping, and this is a very grand and great opportunity because there are going to be quite a lot of different opportunities as far as trading is concerned, and basically getting to make money trading these cryptocurrencies. So anyhow, yesterday we did talk about the fact that some bearishness was going to continue, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed yesterday's live stream because we are definitely making some moves. And just to prove to you guys that I know what I'm talking about, right, I'm going to play some clips from my live stream yesterday, right, where I did predict this. So this was yesterday. So anyhow, we are having a bloodbath, which is very good. It's a bloody Wednesday, which is very good. Great opportunities ahead, and due to popular demand, we are here to sort of calm your nerves, because I know a lot of you are freaking out right now and you're very happy to see me. I can see you, Paul. What's up, Paul? How you doing? Big shout out to everybody watching me right now. So anyway, without further ado, let's talk about this and the recent action that we experienced as far as Bitcoin is concerned. So yesterday's live stream was reminding you of our target, right, as far as Bitcoin is concerned, reaching our target since 29,000, 28,000, since this particular area, because we had the blueprint from way back. Okay, and this particular area was our destination. I've been talking about this for a long period of time, so I really hope that you are, or rather you were, prepared. So now let's listen to this, because I want to prove to you that it wasn't by accident. So let's listen to this. So this was yesterday's live stream. Investment, yep, it is a better investment until Bitcoin drops. Everything is a good investment until Bitcoin drops. So remember, guys, our destination is 52,800 and above. Okay, so right there I told you 52,800 was our trigger. This is the trigger that was going to allow us to get out of all our trades. Remember, everything is a good investment until Bitcoin dumps. So now let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart and where the reversal started happening. So this is the Bitcoin US dollar index. It's like an aggregated Bitcoin index. Okay, so it basically collects all the Bitcoin prices from all the different exchanges. So this is the average. So this is a very good area to look at. So let's take a look at the peak of this particular area. So boom, 52,900, and remember our trigger was 52,800 and above. So let's say, for example, the price pumped all the way up to, I don't know, 53,000 or 54,000. Our trigger was already hit, and this was our trigger to start getting out of all our altcoin trades. So if you did watch yesterday's live stream, you would have obviously followed the trigger. And I always keep on telling people, hey, you need to set alerts, because you need to have your triggers. You need to have your trigger price points. Okay, and if you did set your alert, right, obviously you would have really enjoyed this nice dump and chunky price decrease, because you would be safe. So right now in the comment section, I want you guys to let me know whether you took action, whether your portfolio is saved, and whether you are happy to see the red days, because we have some exciting trades which are going to be coming up. So I'm going to dive deep into what to expect, but you have to understand that we are in the early stages, so we can't really have conclusive hypothesis at this particular moment, because we need to have more data. Okay, we're not really going to do any wishful trading, any wishful thinking. We're not going to wish for things to happen. We're just going to be playing with all the cards that we're going to be given. So that's just what we're going to do. So as far as my neighbor Alice is concerned, right, we also did talk about Alice. We did talk about the more downside that Alice was going to experience, because I also understand that a lot of you follow me because of Alice and some few other alternative cryptocurrencies. But if you miss my episodes and some of my live streams, right, you're going to be missing the juice, because the other day I was saying there was going to be an insane pump, right, but the markets kind of turned around. So what you need to do as a cryptocurrency trader, right, you need to be able to like switch depending on what the market gives you. Okay, you can't really have any preconceived notion. You should always go with the flow. Okay, so let's take a look at this, because we did talk about this, about Alice and altcoins. Yeah, put it here. This is obviously going to lead us to some more lower gains, and right now, as you can see, but on the contrary, like, this really happened so fast, and based on this, so we need to have a situation where the price starts trading above $18.37. Okay, so here I gave you the only reason for me to jump back into Alice. I told you that I'm only going to get back into Alice if it regains this particular threshold. Okay, and we did expect some more lower downside. And remember what I was telling you about the Black Swan event, where the best opportunity was going to be like around $13, because you guys were asking me about Black Swan events, like what is a Black Swan event. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you actually witnessed one, and you got to experience a Black Swan event. Well, I can't really call it a Black Swan event because the price of Bitcoin did reach our target. So if anybody's going to sort of say, this was manipulation, this was something that the whales kind of created, tell them, refer them to my videos and tell them, look, we're expecting this to happen. So as far as a Black Swan event is concerned, this is not really a Black Swan event. This is just based on the fact that Bitcoin was doing its thing. And then now take a look at this. The Bitcoin dominance is also going up high. Remember what I told you yesterday about Bitcoin dominance starting to increase, and everything starting to like shift. Right about now, we are beginning to sort of get these early signs. So what I expect is in the near future, right, probably by the end of September, we're going to have even lower and lower prices. Okay, so getting back to Alice, right, we talked about the worst case scenario, $13, and it dropped as low as $11, which was absolutely insane. So does it really matter? Let's say it dropped to about $6 or $8. Does it really matter? It doesn't really matter, because we already got out yesterday. We're already in USD Tether. We already anticipated more downside. So whether it reaches $11 or $8 or $6 or $2, it doesn't really matter, because we're not really going to get affected. And this is one of the reasons why you obviously need to shift and basically just do what you have to do in order for you to like take advantage of the crypto market. So whether we reached $11 or $13 or $8, it doesn't really matter, because we already got into USD Tether once we saw that trading action sort of becoming weird. And if you look at the 1 hour, right, the 1 hour time frame was absolutely amazing, because it did give us a warning. So we were around this particular level when we were making yesterday's episode, and finally things did happen to sort of go our way. So we could potentially have a situation where the price kind of bounces, but I'm not really going to rush and jump into that particular long, because if we take a look at the 12-hour and all the other time frames, right, we are beginning to form gigantic bearish flags, especially on the 12 hours and smaller time frames. If you look at 4 hours, right, everything is absolutely looking like a huge bearish flag. So I'm not really going to do any TA on alternative cryptocurrencies, because right now it's all about Bitcoin. Okay, right now the game has changed. It's all about Bitcoin, because the Bitcoin dominance is absolutely increasing. So right now, switch. Okay, switch your mentality. Do TA on BTC and forget about the outs. If you're going to do trades on outs, use BTC as your guideline. Right now, the game has switched. You also need to switch your strategy. The Bitcoin dominance is absolutely, starting to pump, and we're absolutely going to have an increase in the BTC dominance. So, does the increase of BTC dominance really mean that the price of BTC is going to increase? No, it just really means that Bitcoin is going to be dictating everything that is going to be happening in the crypto markets. And if you did follow all my previous videos and episodes, right, I did talk about the fact that the price of Bitcoin is obviously going to sort of really take a massive turnaround when the Bitcoin dominance begins increasing. So at this particular moment, we have been dealt very good cards that we can use to our advantage. So we could have a situation where, let's say for example, oh, by the way, let's also take a look at the Wyckoff distribution, because you guys need to understand what type of methodology I'm using and what's going on here. So at this particular moment, right, to all you OG members who remember, you know, our Bitcoin price prediction when we were around 29,000, right? That was like a few months ago when we were singing about Bitcoin going to 42 and 52. Yeah, I think around these areas. Okay, so 2 months ago we did predict this particular Bitcoin push, and you guys remember what happened. So at this particular moment, right, we were already talking about the distribution phase of Bitcoin and all that stuff, and the inverse of this particular time that we were using the Wyckoff accumulation. So this time around we are going to be using the distribution schematic. So at this particular moment, we are either between this particular phase, the UT or the UTAD phase right over here, okay? But it really seems like we are around this particular area, okay? So we are expecting more downside. So at this particular moment, we have no idea whether for sure we're here on the UTAD. Let's say for example we are at this particular threshold, the UT phase, right? If indeed we are at this particular phase, then we could potentially, you know, push up and go to, you know, above 53. So between 53 to about 56,000 US dollars as our target in terms of BTC. So this could be a potential sort of target in case we are at this particular Wyckoff distribution phase. Now let's say we are already past the UT phase, right? We are on the UTAD type of test phase. What are we going to do, and how are we going to be able to play the market? So in case we are on the UTAD type of phase, let me just erase that. Yeah, in case we are on the UTAD, what we are going to expect is a slight bounce, you know, a slight bounce, and then sort of get rejected, do that, and then kind of drop, just like the way it is demarcated right over here. So the best area to short the markets, because we expect the prices to even drop lower. You know, I expect the prices to go to about 39,000 to about 42,000. So the price of Bitcoin did already drop to about 42,000. Can you imagine how quick that happened? I mean, Mr. Katembo, we were talking about 42,000, and literally it happened like in a very short period of time, in like less than 2 hours. Okay, so of course we are going to see the price of Bitcoin come back into this particular you know, area of value, this particular range. So once you guys see the price of Bitcoin coming back down into this range, just know that we are going to head back towards 20,000 to about 24,000. If the price of Bitcoin is going to be closing in this particular range, right, just know that we are definitely and eventually going to drop to about 20,000 to 24,000. So this particular area is going to be your next area of value. So this is what you should expect, and expect to get in some more you know, like a nice good bounce. So I need to change the color. So how do I change the color for this? and put it on green. Okay, so this is going to be a great area to kind of buy. But before we even overcomplicate stuff and start thinking about this level, right, let's just focus on the next move. So Bitcoin's next immediate move is going to be using this particular area as our support. Okay, because previous resistance turns into support. So remember, we spent quite a lot of time trying to get out of this particular box. So there was like a lot of resistance levels right over here, 40,000 all the way up to about 37,000, because we were before the pump, right, before this gigantic pump right over here, right, you guys can see that the price was weakening towards this particular level. So 37,000 all the way up to about 40,000. This is our next area of value. Okay, so before you even start thinking about what's going to happen in the future and everything, talking about 250,000, just take it one step at a time. One step at a time. Do not overcomplicate stuff. Okay, so our next area of value is between 37 all the way up to about 40,000 US dollars. This is where you are supposed to wait for the next instructions and wait for some more data, and then take a look at what is most likely going to happen in the future. So for now, forget about everything, erase your mind, and be smooth, and be like an empty vessel. Just think about 37,000 to about 40,000 US dollars. That's going to be a great area of value where we could potentially bounce and have a turnaround. So depending on what the price is going to do at this particular level, right, we are going to be able to figure out whether we are going to have a turnaround towards the upside or dropping towards 24,000 or 20,000 US dollars. So at this particular moment, do not worry about 60,000 and about 20,000. Just worry about 37 to 40,000 US dollars. So my game plan at this particular moment is basically getting to sell the pullbacks. When the price kind of pulls back, I'll be shorting the markets. Okay, of course, provided we are on this particular level, right, the UT level, then we could have another push which is going to push us back above 52,800, but we're not sure. So we're not really certain as to whether we are at this particular level or that particular level. But if we see the last point of supply acting out, then getting to short the market on the sign of weakness right over here is going to be like a very great play. This is like actually even a safer place to short the market. Okay, so I can see people asking me, Jonathan Bremer says, what's good to buy now? I got 300 pounds to spend. Should I buy Chainlink? Okay, this is what I'm just from explaining. So it depends. If you're short term, if you want to like scalp, then you can buy when the price of Bitcoin kind of bounces. But at this particular moment, we still have some more downside. Okay, this particular structure right over here is just a blip in the next destination. Okay, it's going to continue dropping down because we need to test this liquidity. Okay, so if I were you, if you guys are looking forward to like scalping some altcoins, I'd rather buy when the price of Bitcoin sort of has a double bottom here. Okay, and then we start pushing up. Okay, so for now, I wouldn't want to buy anything today. I'll give it about 24 to about 48 hours before getting into anything, because there's going to be lower prices and you can get better prices as far as everything is concerned. So at this particular moment, from all the things that I have explained, I don't expect anybody to ask me what they should buy and when they should buy. I already explained everything. Just use your just apply everything that I've talked about and do what you have to do. Otherwise, use Bitcoin as your next entry and exit guideline. So now let's take a look at the 4 hour. The 4 hour is the one which is like absolutely freaking me out. Okay, so if we take a look, let's use another strategy. Let's use the line, because the line gives us like a better perspective. Let's look at the 1 day time frame. So since we are using the Wyckoff schematic, right, if we use the line, it really seems like we're already at this particular level, the UTAD, based on this particular structure. Okay, this particular structure right over here looks like this was the spring. And if we do the inverse of this, right, let's flip the chart. And how do I flip? I've forgotten how I flip the chart. Is it wait, I think it should be here. Yeah, invert. Yeah, like that. So if we flip the chart and invert it, right, this looks like a blatant spring. Okay, remember the spring that we had on the Wyckoff accumulation? So let's invert it right back to the regular action. So based on this looks like we are on this particular level. Okay, so let's also flip over to smaller time frames. Let's look at the 4 hours. Wow, that's like a steep decline. So the only point where we can see that was like a Wyckoff distribution UTAD phase is this particular area. So let's flip over to another line. The 1 hour looks better. So if you take a look at this particular trading action here, it looks like this type of structure. Okay, but I'm not too sure because using extreme small time frames can be very blurry. So based on this particular structure, it is clear to see that this has been a Wyckoff distribution, and we hit our target right over there, as talked about in yesterday's episode. So what are we going to look at? Where is our sign of weakness? So our sign of weakness is going to be here. This is going to be our sign of weakness, 44 and 43,900. So let's just put it at 43,500. So that's going to be our sign of weakness. So once we start closing below that particular threshold, you guys already know what to do. So 43,500 is our sign of weakness. We need to always stay above 43,500 because this is our last point of supply. So let's say we drop to 43,500, right? And we kind of do that, right? And then we bounce and get rejected on 45,000, 44,500. That is going to be like a very great short to take and kind of close it around this particular area and get out of the trade like that. So we'll see what's going to happen. So for now, it's pretty early for us to sort of decisively take action because we already took action yesterday. We got out of our trades. We took this particular threshold as our trigger. We got out of our altcoin trades and BTC. So I assume a lot of you, the majority of my subscribers, are in USD Tether at this particular moment, and you are just smiling and having a whole lot of fun. So based on all that, let's just wait and see what's going to happen. For now, don't do anything. I'm not going to do anything. I'm still in USD Tether, and I'm going to buy back a little bit later until I see a double bottom on BTC at least. I need to see the price come back down to this particular level and sort of start pushing up. That's when I would think about altcoins and a lot of other things. Okay, so let me know what you guys think and what you're going to be doing in order for you to take advantage of this particular market situation. So remember, there isn't any market manipulation here. It's just been a blatant Wyckoff distribution phase, and this is absolutely part of our technical analysis that we talked about a long time ago. Like we sort of were expecting this to happen about 2 months ago, so it did happen. So there's nothing sinister about this particular situation. So let's take a look at Telegraph, because a lot of people are beginning to come up with some theories and all that stuff. So according to this information, yes, we did see the price of Bitcoin plunge to about 43,000 in a few minutes, which is expected. Oh, and by the way, the other thing that I need to mention is at this particular moment, right, we have identified this particular level as a control point. So remember what we talked about yesterday, right, about identifying specific control points and specific areas of interest where market makers are making moves. Because in order for the price to sort of drop, from about 52,900 all the way down to about 43, right, it means there has been a lot of heavy selling. And basically, in order for the prices to push up, the price has to be having a lot of demand, because we use the laws of supply and demand. When the bulls are absolutely becoming greedy, the prices get higher. When the bears are becoming greedy, the prices get lower. So this particular level, you have to demarcate it and put it in your trading book. In the future, it's going to be a very crucial point. Okay, so next time we sort of come around these particular areas, just know that the market makers have targeted this particular area as an area of control. So this is one of the reasons why you should always know specifically what to look out for and what to avoid. So another area of interest is this particular level, 56,000. So let's say, for example, we have a reversal and we go up, right? Just know that this particular area is an area of value, and this is a level where the whales, the market makers, institutional money, this is where they are hiding. So this is like their support base. This is an area where there's going to be some sort of trading action. So at this particular moment, 52,800 and above is a very great area of support, and we did predict it. We found out exactly where the market makers were and where they were hiding. So this is one of the reasons why I'm really telling you, technical analysis does work. This is not really magic. It's just, trial and error and just figuring out stuff. So the thing is, if you want to make money, figure out where the smart money is hiding. Figure out the price control points, because the price control points are either going to give you like resistance levels, which are going to bring about a shift in the trend, or they're going to sort of push the price or pump the price. So at this particular moment, due to the fact that we already figured out the area of control where the market makers are, and can you imagine the people who are controlling these institutions? These are people who've got access to a lot of money. In order for the price to sort of do this particular move, right, it involved a lot of money. It involved a lot of coordination. It involved a lot of smart people in suits. But we are just regular individuals here, just in some room with some lights, and we're figuring out where they are placing their trades and what they are doing. So to me, this is one of the reasons why I really believe in always reanalyzing, re-evaluating everything, and just going back to the basics and just improving yourself, because we were able to like figure out where the smart guys, the people with a lot of money are hiding, and we were able to like beat them to their game. And it's very fascinating because we're able to do this as freelance traders, because I believe I'm just like a freelance trader, and I'm an amateur trader, if you know what I mean. So yeah, if anybody's watching me, please hire me. I can really manage your money and make you a lot of money. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so what else do we have? So El Salvador today officially made Bitcoin a legal tender, and people were expecting the prices to kind of really do very well. But the market makers don't really care about that, and there's always going to be like a major sell-off and everything. So what are you guys going to use this particular information for? All you have to do right now is just if you're going to be flipping, and if you're going to be sort of scalping, always sell the exhaustion of the pullback. So let's say, for example, we pull back, right? You guys already know that this particular level is going to give you a lot of trouble, 57,000 and 49,000. So you should always sell the exhaustion of the bull market. So what are you guys talking about? Buy short positions on leverage. Dan Silvio, you have to be very careful when it comes to shorting the markets, especially altcoins, because if you take a look at altcoins, right, altcoins have dumped by more than 20%. So if you really jump in very early with regards to your shorts, right, you could have shorted yesterday. If there was a day to short, yesterday was the best place to short, or early today in the morning. So there's going to be obviously a reversal which is going to come. So if you're going to be shorting the market, please use low leverage. The maximum you should use is about 2x. Okay, don't really go crazy shorting the markets, because you're just going to end up donating your money to all these crypto exchanges. So I really discourage people from over leveraging their shorts. If you want to short the markets, just use 1x, maximum 2x. Okay, otherwise you're going to end up like me. You're going to end up losing a lot of money. Okay, so yeah, let me take a look at your comments. So you think it's better to do nothing or sell now? So Dacho MNE, right? I already told you yesterday, the action was supposed to be made yesterday. You should have made your exits yesterday, you know. So yeah, a little bit too late right now. So what you should do, in case you didn't sell anything, just wait for a pullback. There's going to be a pullback sooner or later. There's going to be a pullback. Wait for the pullback to happen, then get out. But in case you've got like a lot of time, right? By the way, this is not financial advice, because I don't want anybody to follow my advice and then get to lose money or make a lot of money. So please do what you have to do. But for me and my people, we did get out yesterday. So if you didn't get out yesterday, I don't know, just come up with another plan. Look at the risk to reward. So think about the risk and the reward, and then make your decision. So for us, we got out yesterday. Trade on futures, on short positions. Your predictions are perfect. Exactly, you saved my money today. I really appreciate it. So Tony Black, thank God, did really get to save a lot of money. So congratulations. I really hope you can get to multiply that money that you saved, because now you are in a better trading position, because now you've got extra money and extra leeway to sort of use. So congratulations. Somebody's asking me whether I have a Telegram group. Yeah, I do have a Telegram group. It's free, but it's very inactive at this particular moment. We're trying to revitalize it and make it very active. But at this particular moment, you will definitely get more information from my YouTube videos as compared to having a Telegram group. Because if I have a Telegram group, if I just tell you the exits and the entries, it's not really that effective for you. So just watching my YouTube videos, you're going to save a lot of money. Tony Black knows this, and you're going to learn more from my YouTube videos. So I don't really have any Telegram group at this particular moment. The only thing that I do is I do offer private consultations, one-on-one tutorials for people who really want to like take their trading to another level. But that's not really necessary. If you watch my YouTube videos on a daily basis, you're always going to be smarter. You're always going to be like a better trader. So do not do anything. Just subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on post notifications, and do not miss my every upload. If you do that, I guarantee you in a month you're going to have a lot of money. You're going to increase your portfolio, and you're going to do very well for yourself. So yeah, that's that. Anyhow, that's all I had for you. I'm not really going to talk much, because we already talked about the most important trading actions yesterday. So at this particular moment, let's wait for more data. Let's wait for more data, and then we're going to figure out what is going to happen in the near future. So at this particular moment, let's wait for the bears to sort of conclude their move, because this is definitely some crazy price action which is beginning to happen. And based on the 4 hours, we still have some more downside to go. So this could be a potential bearish flag coming up on the 4 hour. So whenever you have like a bearish flag, expect the prices to kind of drop down to that particular level, and the move continuation has to go and continue. However, let me just play the devil's advocate as far as the bulls are concerned. So let's say, for example, based on this particular structure, the 1 hour, but it's highly unlikely. So potentially we could see a price turnaround here. The price could turn around, but it's not really going to be that massive. Okay, so if the price turns around here, you guys already know what to do. Exit your trades and wait for the price to continue going towards the downside. Okay, because that is definitely going to happen. But whatever you do, please go and study the Wyckoff distribution phase, because if you look at the Wyckoff distribution, right, you're going to be able to like understand how market makers think. Because right now a lot of you are beginning to think, or rather a lot of you think like traders, a lot of you think like amateur traders. You need to think like somebody who controls the markets and somebody who's got an upper hand. So if you get to really use the Wyckoff's distribution, right, or accumulation, using the Wyckoff schematics, you're going to overall sort of understand what is happening on the back end, because a lot of you just look at these particular candles as, drawings or diagrams or whatever. These are things telling you exactly what is happening in the markets. They are like really, really crucial details that can really help you have an advantage towards in comparison to other people as well. So looking at the Heikin-Ashi candles, right? Heikin-Ashi candles are very powerful. So these are strong sell-offs. The Heikin-Ashi candles isn't even exhausted. So this is one of the reasons why I'm really expecting more downside, because the Heikin-Ashi candles, they are not even, getting exhausted. They are just starting to sort of, push up a little, to intensify, if I can put it that way. So this is one of the reasons why I am expecting more and more downside. Oh, and by the way, before I conclude, right, let's also take a look at the stock markets, because today the Dow Jones kind of lost a few points as well, and then the dollar index is increasing in value. Okay, so we are at the very tipping point of the beginning of like a traditional stock market crash. So this is one of the reasons why we should also not only look at cryptocurrency, we should also look at other assets as well. So looking at the dollar, right, this is the dollar index. The dollar index is beginning to increase in value. Okay, and right now we're using Heikin-Ashi candles. So if you take a look at this, right, this could signify that, okay, people are sort of buying a lot of dollars. So usually before a stock market crash, right, people sell their stocks, their other assets, and they get into holding currency, fiat, because it's going to be way much more useful. So if we see such things happening, right, and then we experience the stock futures or the Dow Jones or whatever, if we see that they are dropping, then something is happening. So this is the S&P 500 mini futures, right, the CME mini futures, and we are at this particular threshold. We are literally at the top of the traditional market. So in case we end up having a correction, so let's look at the 1 week. So this is what happened since the coronavirus, right? We have had this dramatic push towards the upside. Okay, so if we have a correction and we drop all the way down to around the previous all-time high, 3,442 points, that's a nasty correction. This is a very dramatic correction. This is like 30% correction. If we have a 30% correction in terms of the traditional markets, right, then trust me, Bitcoin, altcoins are going to end up correcting more than 50%, because you guys already experienced the coronavirus crash right over here. So just know that we are in a very crucial market area as far as everything is concerned. So be very careful. Do not really get chopped up, because the traditional markets could absolutely have a nasty correction, because we have been delaying the correction. We were supposed to start the correction in 2020 or a few years ago, right? But we've just been sort of delaying. The Feds have been printing a lot of dollars. There's been hyperinflation. The Federal Reserve agencies have been sort of manipulating the market. So we are due for a correction, and this is going to be a very nasty correction in comparison to everything that we have had like in the recent, 40, 50 years. So best believe everything could absolutely get affected. Your loved cryptocurrencies, your Bitcoin. We could even have Bitcoin going back to 5,000 US dollars. We could even have Bitcoin going down to about 2,000 US dollars if the traditional markets end up drastically correcting. Okay, let's say for example we go to about 1,000 to 1,200 points. This is a nasty correction for the stock market. If the stock market sort of does a 250% correction, right, best believe cryptocurrency is going to do more than 400% price correction, and that is something which is going to be very catastrophic. So right now we are already on the right path. We are either shorting the markets or in USD Tether. So either ways, if the markets end up correcting, we're still going to be Gucci, we're still going to be good, because we are already playing along and we are doing what is necessary. So I really hope that you guys you're going to be safe, and you're going to be watching my YouTube channel like on a daily basis, or whenever I upload, because I'm going to be giving you heads up, and you're going to be able to like do the most appropriate and right thing to do. So I really hope you enjoyed this one. So basically we're going to have some more downside, and getting to short the pullbacks is going to be something which is very crucial for us. So in case we have like another pump, the highest that we can go is about 54,000 to about 56,000. In case we have like a reversal towards the upside, and the markets kind of get pushed up. So at this particular moment, the only time that we are going to have a bull market continuation is going to be between November, December, and January. So September, October is a very slow phase and market period during a year. Okay, so very slow phase during the year. So September, October is just going to be about us correcting, and if you do the right thing, you're going to end up making a lot of money, and you're going to end up being prepared for that particular phase of the market when the prices begin pumping. So just do the right thing and stay focused. Know your targets, know your areas of value, and you guys are going to do very, very well. So at this particular moment, September, October, let's buy the bottoms, and just get prepared for the pump which is going to happen in November. So anyway, that's all I had for you. Jacob says, hi Moon, according to some TAs, once we lose 28k we enter bear market. So what's your thoughts on this? So for me, I already explained to you, right? It's too early to think about 28,000 right now. So right now, just concentrate on 37,000 and 40,000. If you do this, you're going to be focused. You're going to be laser focused on a specific price area. So forget about 28,000 for now. Think about 37 to about 40,000 US dollars. Then based on the price action on this particular level, then we're going to figure out what's going to happen in the future. So yeah, that's all I had for you today. Have a great time, be blessed, and I hope you enjoyed yesterday's live stream, because if you did, you would have saved a whole lot of money. So yeah, be blessed. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back in a few hours. Just wanted to like give you an update, because I know a lot of you guys are like freaking out at this particular moment. So relax, everything is good. We still have some areas where we could still place some trades, because technically speaking, right, the best area to short the market is here on the last point of supply. This is where you're going to get the juiciest and the safest trade, because everything else is just going to get chopped up. So best believe we still have time. In case anything dramatic happens, I'll be here to sort of update you. So yeah, talk to you a little bit later. Have fun, be blessed.